Welcome to After Exodus. My name's John Hay, and I'm the lead developer for the game. I want to use this first podcast to introduce the game and talk a little bit about what type of game we're building. After Exodus is an online, multiplayer, open-world sandbox game set in a massive world. You will take command of a vehicle in which you can explore, extract resources, engineer advanced vehicles and weapons, build cities, or conquer your foes. After Exodus will feature sandbox gameplay. That means no levels or quests. You can do what you want, when you want, with little restrictions imposed upon your character as to what you're able to do. The only thing restricting your actions in the game will be economic factors. The economy in After Exodus will be completely player-driven. That means no farming raid bosses or reputation grinds for items. The vast majority of items in After Exodus will be player-crafted. I'll talk more about our crafting system in a future podcast, but suffice it to say, the system will have tremendous depth and be unlike anything you've ever seen before. Now I want to talk a little bit about the world. When I say the world is massive, I mean truly massive. The world is effectively infinite in size. None of the terrain in After Exodus is generated by hand. This allows us to have a truly massive world, and we're able to do this in real time. So that means you could head in one direction and never ever hit a wall, at least probably not in your lifetime. Everyone plays on the same server and every player can stake their claim in the world. Exploration of the world will be greatly rewarded. Find the perfect place to build your base or even an outpost to extract resources. Build your base as close to or as far away from civilization as you desire. But keep in mind travel times, as there will likely be no teleporting in After Exodus. Exploration also matters because certain resources may only be available in certain environments. What you're seeing in this video is actually a prototype of our terrain generation. You can see how one terrain type blends and flows into another without any zoning or loading required. We use some advanced techniques to procedurally generate the terrain in real time. While I don't want to get too technical in this podcast, procedural terrain generation uses pseudo-random numbers to generate terrain that appears to be random. Of course, the prefix pseudo means false, so that means two different players with the same seed value can generate the same seemingly random terrain. You'll encounter a variety of terrain types from mountains and hills to plains and swamps to oceans and deserts. Well, that wraps it up for this podcast. Thanks for listening, and be sure to visit us at afterexodusgame.com to get all the latest news about the game. We plan to have an open development process where we talk about everything from game updates to design philosophies. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.